I'm Chris.
Hi, I'm Viet, and we're here to
Boba Talk.
Boba Talk.
Oh wait, I'm Eric though.
Yeah.
Boba Talk. Don't forget me. So what do you think of that today? Like, what's that whole, like, what do you think of that the whole Asian American cinema scene? Because I can't call it a genre, it is a genre, but I've heard executives say that there's no such thing as a genre because it's a money play, right? And the films aren't always making money and all that kind of shit. So some will say that, but then
Is it a movement? Do you think it's more about a movement?
It's a genre. It's a scene of some sort, right? What do you think about it? Like, is it thriving? Is it kind of the same as it was when you started? Is it getting better? Is it getting worse?
I feel like I
definitely don't think it's getting worse.
don't think it's getting worse.
I think there's definitely a community building. I think we met there, having just done shorts and stuff, and then eventually we got a feature there. So we felt like we personally grew from that community. But I think also what's interesting is we also made a movie that's not Asian American specific. I think it was very much a genre, like a horror kind of thing altogether, which is this whole other thing. But yet, we were still able to thrive in the community and be, people actually still watched our terrible horror movie.
It was funny.
So
awesome.
I think it's a. I think
made
it's
it to the LA. The non-Asian film festival took it. Mm-hmm. That's impressive. They took a film that kind of like has a lot of Asian American characters. There's a lot who weren't Asian American in it. It kind of had that like really mixed casting thing going on, and they took it. That's amazing. That's where big movies go.
Yeah, I mean, to get into any film festival, I think is obviously a big deal, and we don't take it lightly at all. But and I think for us specifically, having made like a horror movie, but getting into Asian American film festivals that are heavily Asian American themed was kind of an honor as well. I think it was pretty cool to kind of be in the category with all these guys.
Yeah, I think. I don't think it's. What was the term you used? Dying off or?
Oh, I don't know.
Worse.
Getting worse.
I just think it's like, I think it's evolving. I think we kind of started right around the time when YouTube went online.
Right.
And then I think it's evolved and maybe feels a little more spread out maybe. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people, like a lot of films I've seen recently, when you ask them how they all met, a lot of filmmakers kind of trace it back to VC, to the visual communications,
or any of those kind of those film festivals like in San Diego or Cannes. Those, I think a lot of people, frequent those places and then end up, or we all go to all of those, and then we all see each other several times in a year, and then end up becoming friends, or a lot of us end up working together and stuff like that.
I just did a film, this small little feature. And I met, it was written and directed by William Liu, and I met him at the Visual Communications Film Fest, and then the actress Julie Zahn, who was in it, I met down at the UC San Diego Asian American Film Festival, and then we ended up all working together. I think I feel like there's no way to visualize those networks and those connections, but I think once you there were a way to make an infograph or something, I think you would start seeing like, oh, these festivals have made like a really big impact in community-wise. But sometimes like when you just measure things in terms of dollar amount, I think it's harder to see because it's just a dollar amount, which it's kind of tricky in our community. But if you plotted it in other ways, I think you would kind of see how widespread and effective like these like community festivals are. Yeah. So I think it's healthy. I think it's hopefully, as long as we keep getting funding for it.
And I think it's also good that there's a wide spectrum of movies now. I mean, horror movies like ours can be in these festivals, as well as the Asian American themed ones, the coming of age ones, and all those other, the ones that you would go to the festival for. But then there's all these other like little kind of nuggets of genres that you can catch as well. So there's, I think it can only grow. I don't see it in a world where it could die off or anything.